Long ago, in a world where magic wove itself into every corner of life, there stood the Misty Peak's majestic mountains shrouded in swirling clouds that seemed to whisper secrets of old. Beneath these towering giants slumbered Ardent, the great sleeping dragon, an ancient creature whose power was said to be unmatched. For centuries, the dragon had lain dormant, its golden scales glinting faintly beneath layers of rock and soil. The villagers who lived near the base of the peaks believed that as long as Ardent remained at peace, their lands would flourish. Each year, without fail, a magical melody echoed through the mountains, a hauntingly beautiful song carried by the wind. This melody was more than just music. It was the key to keeping Ardent calm and content. It was believed that if the melody ever ceased, the dragon might awaken, and no one knew what horrors such an awakening could bring. In the quaint village nestled at the foot of the Misty Peaks lived Elio, a young musician with dreams as vast as the sky above him. His best friend Bramble was a clever talking fox with fur the color of autumn leaves and eyes that sparkled with mischief. Together they spent their days exploring the woods, composing tunes on Elio's enchanted flute, and imagining grand adventures beyond the horizon. One crisp autumn morning, something extraordinary and terrifying happened. The annual melody did not sound. Instead, an oppressive silence settled over the land like a heavy blanket. Birds stopped singing, streams grew still, and even the wind seemed to hold its breath. "Elio," whispered Bramble, his bushy tail twitching nervously, "do you hear that? Or rather, don't?" Elio frowned, clutching his flute tightly. "It's gone. The melody has stopped." A chill ran down his spine, but he quickly shook it off. Without hesitation, he decided he had to uncover the truth. Grabbing his enchanted flute and packing a satchel with supplies, he turned to Bramble. "We need to go to the Misty Peaks." Bramble groaned but followed loyally. Why does adventure always involve climbing mountains? As they ascended higher, the air grew colder, and the mist thickened until it swirled around them like ghostly fingers. They pressed onward, driven by determination and a sense of duty. After hours of trekking, they stumbled upon a hidden valley cloaked in shadow. At its center stood an ancient stone archway etched with glowing runes that pulsed faintly, as though alive. "This must be it," Elio said, awe in his voice. "The source of the melody." But when they stepped through the archway, they found themselves in a strange, silent kingdom. Trees stood frozen mid-bloom, waterfalls hung motionless in mid-air, and everything felt eerily lifeless. The ground trembled faintly beneath their feet, as if the very earth itself was holding its breath. "What kind of place is this?" Bramble muttered, his fur bristling. Before either could answer, a dark figure emerged from the shadows, a tall man cloaked in black robes, his piercing yellow eyes gleaming with malice. He held a staff tipped with a crystal orb that pulsed ominously, casting eerie light across the desolate landscape. "I see you've discovered my secret," the man sneered, his voice cold and menacing. "Welcome to the Kingdom of Silence. And you are just in time to witness the end of your precious melody." "You're the one who stopped it," Elio accused, stepping forward bravely despite his fear. The man laughed cruelly, raising his staff high. "Indeed, that melody holds the power of the great sleeping dragon. Once I claim it, I will control the dragon's strength and all the world will bow to me." Before either Elio or Bramble could react, the man raised his staff, unleashing a wave of dark energy that sent shockwaves rippling through the air. But Elio wasn't about to let fear take hold. Drawing his enchanted flute, he began to play. At first, the notes were soft and hesitant, struggling against the oppressive silence. Yet as Elio poured his heart into the music, the melody grew stronger, filling the air with warmth and light. Flowers unfroze and bloomed, waterfalls resumed their flow, and even the trees swayed gently in rhythm. The villain snarled, trying to overpower the music with his magic, but Elio's tune only grew more powerful. The crystal orb atop the man's staff began to crackle and weaken under the force of the harmonious notes. With each passing moment, the kingdom of silence came alive again, defying the darkness that had gripped it for so long. Finally, with one triumphant note, the crystal orb shattered, breaking the spell of silence forever. The man screamed in rage, his body dissolving into shadows as his power faded away. "Impossible!" he cried, vanishing into the night. With the melody restored, the kingdom of silence transformed once more. Birds chirped joyfully, streams sang merrily, and the very earth seemed to breathe anew. Elio and Bramble hurried back to the village, bringing news of their victory. When they returned, the villagers cheered, lifting Elio onto their shoulders and celebrating his bravery. From that day forward, Elio became known as the hero of the melody, and his story was told for generations. As for Bramble, well, he still complained about climbing mountains, but secretly, he loved every moment of their adventures together. And so, the harmony of the land endured, thanks to the courage of a boy, his loyal fox, and the magic of music. Years passed, and the melody continued to echo through the misty peaks, ensuring the great sleeping dragon remained at peace. Elio grew older, becoming a renowned musician, whose compositions brought joy to people far and wide. Bramble stayed by his side, ever the faithful companion, reminding Elio never to take life or adventure too seriously. Yet deep within the mountains, legends whispered of another prophecy, that someday the melody might falter again, calling for new heroes to rise and protect the balance between magic and nature. Until then, the world rested easy, knowing that as long as the melody played, hope would never fade. And so, the tale of the dragon's melody lives on, inspiring countless children to believe in the power of friendship, courage, and the timeless magic of music. The end.